Did you know that the health of your hair is deeply connected to the health of your fascia and circulation? I just want to share, I don't know, it was probably 20 years ago, I was watching a Dr. Oz episode, and this was really cool because he was talking about hair health, and he had this dome, and he had this little scooter, and he was saying that, you know, when you're young and you have optimal flow, you've got this amount of space for the blood and oxygen to go through to reach the follicle. And then he showed, add 10 years to this, and suddenly the dome became a little bit smaller, and that scooter had to like really force its way through to get through. And then add another 10 years and that dome got even smaller. So now it just didn't fit. So there's gonna be hair follicles as we age that aren't receiving proper blood and oxygen flow. So this was just a really great thing just to show the impact of what that means. From a fascia perspective, foundationally, we always want to focus on the breath. We talk so much about improving proper diaphragmatic breathing to not only pull more oxygen into the body, but also for the detoxifying effects of that proper full exhalation. One of the most important things that you can do when focusing on the breath is slowing down that exhale. Exhale for a count of 6, inhale for 4 as an example, and if you can, breathing in and out through the nose. Another thing that you really want to focus on is your foundation. And I always say that the limbs are the puppet masters of the core. When we're looking at the foundation, we want to make sure that our toes are strong. They've even proven now, there's a study on this, and I think we might even be able to share the video about this, but longevity and toe strength are intimately connected. This is something really important to understand because all of the things that we struggle with as we go through time, the toes are one of the biggest factors of this. So if we can keep our toes released and really strong like we share in our system, then we can navigate age from a really different perspective. Another thing is the hands, working between the fingers for 3 minutes to really be able to separate those hands, and then having that understanding that anatomical position is palms facing forward. The more you can walk and support this alignment, the more open we are, the better the drainage is, the better the pump of the blood and oxygen flow into these follicles is. If you take your hands to your scalp, you should be able to feel there's a glide. For a lot of people, and in just specific spots as well, and that might be where you see thinning or graying or even hair loss, you might feel that the scalp is actually stuck to the skull. So what we want to do is we want to release that, and then that's going to help the body detox as well as create that space for the blood and oxygen to get in there. So there's 2 things you can do, and you can do this all over the head, but I'm just going to show you a couple of different landing spots. You can do it seated, you can do it lying down, whatever feels best for you. Let's say I want to just address this area of my hair. What I would do is I would take my 3rd and 4th fingers, or even all of them, whatever, and just basically place it there. And I'm just going to rest my hand on a table so I can just use the weight of my head and gravity and have my fingers here just to put some pressure in. You can also lie on a towel. If you happen to have a block, you can lie on a block. There's a whole bunch of different ways you can add fascia decompression to this one area. But again, just for everybody out there that doesn't have any tools, just start by using your hands. And then focus on that full exhale for that count of 6, inhale for 4. You don't have to actually go deep enough that you feel any pain. You might not even really feel that much sensation, but just the pressure over time is kind of magical with that breath. After you've done that, and this might not apply to people with really short hair, but if you can get right to that scalp and grip, and then you want to draw the scalp away. This feels actually really good too. So again, you can just rest your hand, or if you're lying on your back, you can do it in any way. But again, see if you can spend a couple of minutes, 3 is optimal. Just slowly, you can move your head and your neck, or you can just gently move your hands. And we're just trying to basically nudge away the scalp from the skull. And you want to do it all over the head. That's one area you can do it. You can do it up here. So again, I might just take my fingers and I might just lean in and just hang out for a little while. And then I'll grip the hair and then I'll draw it away. What I do every morning actually, and this feels really good because every morning I wash my hair. So as it's starting to dry, I'll actually stand up and I'll bend forward so that my head is leaning forward. And then I will just grip my hair and I'll just like draw it up and back. We want to pull the hair up and back because gravity is pulling it forward and twisting it. So the more we can bring that alignment even back into the scalp, now we are releasing those adhesions, we're cleaning out the closet, we're sending life back in, and we can start to create healthy hair follicles, which in turn create healthy hair. So I would love your feedback. Let me know if this has helped you, and keep asking questions so we can keep delivering awesome information to you.